Hey, thank you for watching my channel. I am the Divine Maverick, also known as the mother of twins, helping you along this twin flame journey. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much for being here. I am honored that you spend a little time with me, so I hope you get something out of these messages. If you've been riding with me for a little while, how you doing? Y'all know how we do. You know what this is. I'm going to start the message because it's going to be a good one. I want to pull an oracle card from Sacred Destiny. Denise Lynn is the author of this deck, and then we're going to get into what we're getting into because we're going to talk about what your biggest challenge is right now. Just right now. Trouble comes to pass. It doesn't come to stay. So whatever challenges you are facing, just know that it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. You're gonna do this. Don't forget that by your command, you came here. You brought yourself here. So at this very moment in time, there is nothing, absolutely nothing for you to fear. Holy Spirit, thank you for a message for these beautiful, beautiful souls. Thank you. You know why you don't have to fear? Because you have all the potential in the world. Let's get the message. So this is about your potential, right? But we're talking about one of your biggest challenges. So again, we said don't worry about it because you have the potential to change some of you overnight. But very, very soon, I feel a change is going to come. I was born by the river. I don't know why I wanted a change gonna come, okay? So volcano at rest is the message of the card. It says, volcanoes erupt in places where the earth's plates meet and where there are cracks through which lava emerges. Oh, it is getting hot in here, ain't it? It's hot in her. Shout out to Indiana. Either explosively or by flowing, they're talking about the lava. Either the lava flows explosively or it flows more slowly down a cinder cone. Even when a volcano is at rest, there is always the possibility of a huge eruption. You might have a bit of a temper or now is learning to transform anger. You know what I mean? Understanding that your passion and your rage can be holy. Ooh, shy. That's a whole nother message, but your rage can be holy. Okay? It can be as long as it's expressed with love, because your purpose is to heal, not to wound or maim. Yep. Anyway, it says there is a possibility of a huge eruption when the lava is flowing. There is the potential of great power. There are very few things on this planet more commanding than an erupting volcano. The archetypal personality of a volcano is one of a wild, unpredictable, and formidable energy. Okay, so the archetype personality of a volcano is, so this may be you. You might be wild, unpredictable, but your energy is quite formidable. Ooh, shy. Okay, so it says this card appears when you are ready. Put in the comment section, please. I am ready. When you are ready to activate your potential and step into your strength. Because you're currently facing some challenging situations, some things that have been sent to buffet or deter you. But the word of spirit to you today, or the word of the Lord for you today, is that you will not be disturbed. You will not be moved. You will not be shafted. You will not be shortchanged. You will not be put in a box. If anything, you're uncontainable, uncontrollable in a good way. All right. So it says this is the time to activate those gifts that you've had on the back burner in your life. That's why you're facing the particular challenge that you are facing, which we'll be talking about more at length in this deck with these decks right here. But you have to tap into that incredible potential. This is the crucible by which you are being formed, right? So this is the time to activate those gifts you've had on the back burner in your life. You have incredible, untapped potential. This is the time to allow it to flow. An inner wellspring of power is emerging. You have a profound spiritual power that is deep within you. Do not doubt your great authority and capabilities. A dormant volcano might indicate that you have uncomfortable emotions that you are repressing or keeping inside, thus creating emotional stress and inner pressure. It can also mean that you are on the verge of a great expansion of energy and life force. So either way, you have to figure out where that energy lies for you. Do you feel like you are repressing emotions? If so, Spirit's advice, Spirit's counsel to you is let it out, let it go. Release those pent up emotions, okay? Which is, by the way, I didn't even plan this, but I do have a conference coming up. I'm not going to tell you the title because I believe I said it already, but it's going to be on this very thing. We're going to get it. We're going to get to the nitty gritty of it and let you break free once and for all. Some of you have not even heard your own voice. I mean, really heard your own voice. Some of you have not really pushed past your limits yet and been taken deep down within. You know what I mean? And that's okay. This is your time now. You have the potential to really, really, really step into a whole new way of living. All right. So we're going to talk about this dormant volcano. So either you're repressing emotions or you're on the verge of a great expansion of energy and life force. Okay. So with that, thank you for that message, Spirit. We do have the potential to overcome any obstacles. So let's talk about what is challenging us right now. Spirit, what is challenging? The ones that are watching right now, let them get a minute. Thank you. That was plain. Oh my goodness. I can't make this up now, can I? But what I will do is pull from the bottom because I'm going to tell you this is what's going to be supporting us. Access clear thinking. No, you're mad. Transform anger and access clear thinking. You're mad because you're not thinking about it straight. You're mad because there's two minds going here. Look at this woman holding this ball of yarn. This is the energy that is under you. This is what's supporting you. This is what's kind of bringing this all to the forefront, saying you need to do something about that anger, right? But the reason why you can't do something about the anger or you won't do something about the anger could be twofold. You might be afraid of release the kraken is what I'm hearing. You might be afraid to release the dragon even, but so you're in two minds. It's like a maze. It's like you think yourself, you can't make a decision to save your life sometime over some things. And again, no judgment. Hear the message because this message came to free you, not to make you feel worse or to confuse you even more. That's how you know when you're being toyed with or manipulated by the darker forces or darker energies that are seeking to drag you down and pull you off course because you're paranoid about everything you hear and you don't trust anyone or anything, including yourself. Well, Spirit is saying you need to access that clear thinking. Come out of the maze, come out of the ball of yarn, come out of the overthinking, come out of the doubt and the worry and the anxiety and be free, really be free. How do you do that? You follow your heart. She's draped in blue, which lets me see, first of all, with the wings in her head like that, it makes me think that you let your imagination run wild a bit. Like you'll get something, get a thought going, and then you'll just let it run. It runs you. It runs to like this wild end, and you just follow the trail. Okay, because that's what it feels like, just following the trail. Because she is looking down, it's like I don't know what to believe, and that's a lot of the message I'm feeling. Somebody said I don't know what to believe, so that's what is making you angry, and maybe many of you frustrated. Okay, that could be a message. Those of you who are fearful because you're repressing emotions, so Spirit is saying transform that anger. That's because you are afraid. If I say this, what's going to happen? You're afraid of the outcome. So you go back and forth and back and forth and you don't know what you want to do. You just know that you don't like what you're feeling, but this feels like someone that's imprisoned in their own mind. You see how she's holding the kite under her arm, but it's not going anywhere. It's all like wrapped up, not sure of the direction. She's holding like these cardinal directions, north, east, south, west. You know, you might live in the north or north of something, or it might simply be a message that you need to take the high road, come out of the lower pits or the lower places and come up a little higher. But this kite is not flying. All right. All right. So again, it's a perspective change because again, I'm looking at the kite and I'm seeing this diamond shape. And what I'm thinking is you weren't told, or you don't believe that you are a diamond. You don't believe that you are high flying. You don't believe that you are valuable. You don't believe that you can follow this trail all the way to it's like limitless possibilities. there's something that makes you feel like that's not your message, or it's not for me, or it might happen for other people but not me, or I thought it was but now I can't. It's almost like you wrestle with yourself, and your biggest challenger is you. So your biggest challenge is to transform that anger. Where's I'm trying to get one message, and access clear thinking. So watch this. It says, to think deeply about something, you have to develop your powers of concentration and allow yourself the time to connect all the pieces of your inner puzzle together. Profound thinking requires you to ask important questions, such as, how much time and energy do I have available during the day? And am I using my time in the most constructive ways possible? Or what is the most important thing to focus on today? Because you are being presented with some important decisions. I am reading from the book Mystical Healing, okay? But it says you are being presented with some important decisions. This card asks you not to jump to conclusions based on your just emotions, based on your emotions. Transform that anger. This card asks you not to jump to conclusions based on your emotions. Instead, take time to look at the options and points of view available. And through this type of thinking, you will activate your highest intuitive faculties, and you will discover a new way to do things, potential. See, there's potential there when you take the time not to act out of emotions, okay? So this message is stronger for those of you who have a tendency to just, you're not repressing your emotions. You're actually letting them out, but you probably feel a lot of guilt after you do it. But you probably let them out, and then it's like, oh my gosh, what did I do? But they're saying you can, when you activate this type of your highest intuitive faculties, you discover a new way to do things, a way that you have not yet thought of. Okay. And also there's a message, additional message here about learning to discern what is higher spiritual truths versus everyday affairs, downloads versus just, I don't know, knowledge or something like that is what I'm getting, because higher spiritual truths require you to expand your thinking into multi-dimensional thinking. If you know what I just said, then you know what I just said. But higher truths, investing in or understanding what's mundane and what's highly spiritual, will help you with the multi-dimensional thinking, because a lot of you are coming into that place of multi-dimensional thinking, which is why you get so confused and discombobulated. That was a word I just made up, right? Confused. That's when you confused about which way to flow, because you don't know which way to go. Confused. Anyway, when you get confused because you're in that multi-dimensional thinking, and it's like, is this reality? Is this, wait a minute, what? And it can be quite disconcerting and maybe a little frustrating, and therefore you get angry. But Spirit is saying, transform that anger. And that's also card number 34, which is a 7. Those of you who are keeping up with these numbers, y'all got it. We have number 1 out here. We also have number 34, or you might be seeing 3s, you might be seeing 33s, you might be seeing 4s, you might definitely be seeing 7s. But either way, there is a maturity coming, there is a completion coming, because those are the 7s. And then with 8, it's definitely going to be something to stick and stay. Your biggest challenge right now is you. You are your biggest challenge right now. And the energy, like I said, that is causing this to come to the surface is that clear thinking. You have to access clear thinking. You have to think the right thoughts. You have to think the right thoughts, and you have to guard your thoughts. Guard what you're listening to, who you're around, who's feeding you, what messages are you receiving, what's around you, how do you feel? Always check in with yourself. Check in with yourself more often than not, right? So transforming anger, this is it said. It says use your anger for a catalyst for a change. Use your anger as a catalyst for change. In the past, anger has given you the right to blame other people for your limitations. It says it's time for you to face your anger and allow it to energize you instead of draining you. If there are things that are not working in your life, take responsibility and steps to change them. There it is again. That's accountability, ownership, responsibility. That's what 7s are all about. Spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity is beckoning you to think clearly. What do you want, beloved? It's that simple. What do you want? Do what feels good. Don't do what feels bad. I know it sounds trite and cliche, but it's the truth. And the truth is very simple. The truth is very simple. The truth doesn't need to fight. The truth just simply is, right? So access to clear thinking, transform the anger. You can no longer use anger to give you a false sense of pride and justify criticizing or putting down or resenting others. This is your opportunity to redeem yourself. Some of you might need to apologize for your behavior and become kinder towards yourself and others. Again, forgive yourself. Nobody has a heaven or a hell to put you in. That's all on you. Your biggest challenge right now is you. Forgive yourself. If you need to apologize to somebody for going off, do that. Become kinder and gentler to other people. But first, do it for you. Simply do it for you. This is how you're going to use that anger as a catalyst to change your situation. I told you earlier, I think I said it. Holy indignation, righteous anger. You know what I mean? It's you can use that for good when you express that through the love, through in a loving way. It can be forceful, yes, but I'm saying your end goal is reconciliation, love, peace, right? How can that be wrong? Forgive yourself, move forward, use the anger as a catalyst for change, but that is the biggest challenge. You and that anger. Okay? Love yourself. That's where it begins. Always. You have the potential to do and be and create the life you want. You can have anything you want. You are a volcano ready to erupt. Expansive energy all around you. I pray a blessing on you right now, and I thank you for listening, and I hope these messages helped you live a lot better. Okay? Until we meet again, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. I love you. Nothing you can do about it. Bye.